Aboard!
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Woodsman Wack-Off, the series that puts two woodsmen face to face to see which competitor can whack off their log the fastest. In today's episodes, notice the plurality of that statement, we find out if a ported 50cc saw can compete in speed and power to some of the larger displacement saws. Our 50cc saw chosen to stand up to the larger challengers is none other than the mighty ThunderKitten. The ThunderKitten is an Echo CS4910 that has been ported by Charles Briscoe. The request given to Charles was to simply build a good solid work saw, nothing too hot, just something capable of pulling a 22-inch bar through some red oak. It runs strong and has beaten everything Bodie has in the 50cc range to date. It is outfitted with a 20-inch bar and new Husqvarna X-Cut chain, just like the other saws it will be competing against. Our challenger for this video is the Echo CS590 Timberwolf, the ThunderKitten's big brother. The 590 has developed a reputation as the farm saw that is almost a pro saw. So let's see if the 590 can put an end to its little brother's winning streak. Alright, so here we are. We got Benford with the ThunderKitten, and woo, lucky us, we got Benford with the Timberwolf. That's right, run those fingers through their hair. Ooh, Benford on the left is looking a little disheveled. He must have had an all-nighter at the Led Zeppelin concert. So here we go, we're revving them up, getting ready to go, and here we go down the gentle slide down the shaft. Alright, both saws just cutting away. Look at those chips fly. Boy, the 590 seems to be throwing them right out the back, and the ThunderKitten sending them straight down to the ground. But look, oh, finally something beats the ThunderKitten. We got it down the gentle slide on the shaft. The Echo 590 wins. And now for the tug up. The tug up is looking a bit more even. But it still seems like the 590 is going to pull off the... I don't know. Look. Oh, the ThunderKitten pulls off the win on the tug up. What does that even mean? Here we go for the vice grip. Both saws digging in. I gotta say, they both look like they're cutting just fine without any issues whatsoever. Making it through that red oak. And the winner, the 590 takes it. Huh. That was an odd turn of events, it seems to me, but let's see what oh, Benford. And Benford back at you. Look at that. Let's see what Bodie has to say about it, guys. Okay, so the way things are going to work out, this will be probably the fourth video that you see, probably, of this ThunderKitten series that I'm making right here. I am currently trapped in the basement in Berlin. But I have had all this footage already on my computer, and so figured I would go ahead and do it. You know me, I always have problems with audio, and now it's probably even worse. I don't have my good microphone, and I'm inside a little basement, so it's gonna be echoey. Whatever, who gives a shit, right? You're getting to watch chainsaws run and have a little bit of fun. So now, to be honest, I have not done the videos for the 455, the 61, the 3750 Bad Boy, or the Poland 245A. I'm planning on doing all four of those videos today as well, and releasing them 1, 2, 3, 4, then this one, because I think that the ThunderKitten will beat every one of those other saws. So they will get first, and then finally this Echo will finally beat it. But now that you know that, put that out there. I don't actually know if the ThunderKitten will beat those other saws or not. So take this with a grain of salt. I've been saying for a while now that ThunderKitten, like at first I was like, oh, that's the power of a 65cc saw. Then more I used it, I try and wrap it around my head. It's difficult, guys. It's difficult to put it into words, a saw like that, because it is so lightweight. And yet it does have the power of a 60cc saw. And that's what I've kind of landed on, what I've been saying. Like I said, I started out saying like 65 cc's, but then I was like, nah, more like a power of a 60cc saw, and a good 60cc saw as well. And it does have that, which is phenomenal for a little tiny saw like that. It's so lightweight, and so it's awkward. It's weird to describe it. It's not just a strong saw. It's a teeny tiny lightweight. It's the lightest weight 50cc pro saw I think ever available, and so that's really saying something, you know. But but it couldn't take the Echo 590, so I was surprised that it even took it on the tug up. You know, I guess that tells you maybe I was tugging a little bit too hard on the 590, and I actually slowed it down. But all of this stuff is really subjective. Those are different logs. They're both red oak, and they're both 14 by 14. However, there are differences in every tree. They're just like human beings. I was telling Randy, you know, about this, and I was like, I mean, we're both human beings, you and me, right? And look how big you are compared to how big I am. You know, it's just, we're different individuals, and a lot goes into that. You know, it goes into how healthy we are, what we eat, our genetics. Exactly the same thing happens with the trees. Randy pointed out something that was amazing to me. It blew my mind. I was like, wow, this is so cool. So we were trying to guesstimate. Boy, there's a crazy echo in here, man. I can't get away from it. Maybe if I open this window. I don't know. Maybe that'll help. But the thing that Randy showed me was that we're looking at the rings of the big oak, and he's like, yeah, look at this right here. And there was a spot like this big that was really compressed, really condensed. And it's like, that's like, what is that, you know, 80 years right there in that one strip where they were really, really condensed. And he said, then you look over here and you had an area twice as big with half the amount of rings. And he's like, look, so what happened was, whenever the rings were real condensed and small like that, then this thing was in a dense forest. But then somebody came in here and they logged it, took all the trees around it away, and it got good sunlight and all the nutrients in the ground, and was able to really flourish and grow fast. And so that's why those rings right there were larger. So as close as I try and make these races, just simply a different tree makes a world of difference, even if it is the exact same kind. So it is what it is. I do the best that I can, guys. But I think this was a fair fight. I do. The Echo 590 is no slouch. And it can be seen by most of the people that use it probably as an actual professional modern 60cc saw. No different than the 61 was seen. You know, I know that there's pros and cons on both sides. It's like, oh no, it's not quite a pro saw. Whatever, who cares? They're good, solid 60cc saws, and what we, I believe, at this point have seen is that that little 50cc saw was capable of beating everything up until this one right here. I do know that, well, yeah, you've seen the video where the ThunderKitten beat my 2153 Johnson Red, and I have some video in the Circle Jerk of Madness where I was going against a 550 Mark II, and it was pretty dead nuts. You know, the way we were doing it, you know, one would start before the other one and things. Maybe someday I'll edit that, but I don't know if I even will, because I know I don't trust that it was tuned properly, the ThunderKitten. I don't trust that it was, because I know at first it seemed like it was running a little rich or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe it was lean, and Randy was running it, and he's like, "Hey, it's rich," or whatever, and I was like, "Yeah, adjust it," and he did some adjustment to it, and I have no real idea of knowing if that's the way that I normally run it. So I wouldn't consider that running against the 550 where it was dead nuts even. I wouldn't consider that a good test, because we brought in an unknown variable. So anyways, that's enough ramble. I got COVID. Hopefully just a couple more days maybe, and I'll test negative and I can go home. But anyways, that's enough. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now I'm gonna try and push out several more, one after the other. Bye 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 bye.